Hello, welcome. We are live on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in WildStar Housing. Today, as you can probably notice, is Dominion's turn this week. So I'm on my Chua Alt Melancholy, and we're going to have a look at some Dominion homes today. Before we get started, though, I do want to remind folks that just yesterday they opened the PTR to subscribers, current subscribers. We're kind of embarking on a stability test. So we're getting a lot of sneak peek at some of the new features and items that are in the game. And of course, I'm focusing mostly on housing related bits and baubles. If you missed my short stream this morning, it is archived on the Twitch channel highlights page, and it's also archived on the YouTube channel. Both are linked there on the front page. Mostly I just kind of preview a lot of the new items directly off of the housing vendor. We've got things like waterfalls and a river, cascading ivy type of decor. It's not called that, but that's what it looks like. We've got some lots of new rocks, snow-covered trees and stuff. Some NPCs, some guards, both Exile and Dominion faction versions. And by the looks of it, doesn't matter which faction you're on, you can have a chance to get either or. So maybe you can set up like some stage duels or something. I don't know. There's new features like being able to hide the neighbors that you see from a distance. You can hide these. From the cash shop, we saw that there's going to be options to buy little bundle race bundles, like you get an Orin one, and it has like a variety of Orin decor, theme decor. There's also going to be decor count upgrades. I think it's plus 500 decor both inside and outside per upgrade, and you can bump it all the way up to a cap of 4,000 in and 4,000 out. There's loyalty rewards that give you little treasure boxes of housing decor. There's also some sky upgrades that you can get through that, both from the cash shop and loyalty rewards. There's fab kits and other things. There's also a new thing called the lot fortune teller or something. There's fortune coins. I'm not sure how you can acquire them, if they're just drops or if they're also a loyalty reward. I don't think I happen to see that as one of them, but whatever way you get them, once you get them, you can cash them in, and she will award you 3 random things from her little loot list, and that's where you get the NPC guards for your plot, mounts and things like that. But anyway, so I spent a little bit of time this morning going through some of that. So if you're interested, be sure and check out that video. I'm sure there's some others that have been posting some videos of some of the new items and how to put them together and what you can expect. One of the biggest things, and it's somewhat controversial, especially in my guild, there's a lot of people that's pretty upset about it. There's apparently a sizable increase in the size of the plot itself, so that when for those of us that have copied our characters over and they already have something built on the plot, it's centered like it would be on as it is now. It's centered in the new version, but there's a new area all the way around. So it's kind of like the canvas has been enlarged a little bit. I wouldn't say double, but a pretty good extra amount. So that affects a lot of builds, especially those that have incorporated their landing pad, because the landing pad is now a good deal distance further away than it was. Um, there's some kind of buggy issues going on as far as decor items disappearing and everything, but it looks, for all intents and purposes, whatever you have set on your plot now will still be there when the transition happens, but likely you're going to have to do some reworking because, like I said, you have a lot more extra space all around the edge. So if the idea is that you're wanting everything to be kind of compact and everything, either you're going to have to just decide to build a tunnel kind of thing, a path from the new location of the transport pad all the way up to your home, or just rework the plot altogether, something like that. So there's some of us that are pretty ecstatic about the changes and all the possibilities that can come of it, and others are a little bit more, I would say, not so welcoming because, you know, a lot of people are pretty attached to how their plots are built now, and they don't want anything to kind of really tinker with that too much. I mean, they want flexibility to do other things, but they don't want what they've done, you know, kind of messed up. So we'll see. Personally, I change my plot often enough that it doesn't bother me too much either way. I'm going to do a quick reload UI because I've been sitting here waiting for a little bit, so the stutter is kind of awakened. But anyway, we're going to start on Huxley Cornwallis's plot. Now, I tried contacting them because I wanted to ask them about their hatch house. Last I checked, it was kind of blocked off. I assume they're either not wanting to work on it, they just want to close it up, or they're currently working it and it's just not finished yet. But I like the idea of their plot enough that if it happens that they say that, hey, I'd like you to retour it because I've got the inside of it done, then I'm happy to do that. So for today, we're going to tour Huxley Cornwallis's Fortress of Refugees. Let me just put this name in the Twitch chat just in case we have some lurkers that would like to join in. So the idea behind this, I guess, is kind of like, well, it's a place where refugees come, and they got all of the basic comforts of home, but it's just a little bit more of a ragtag kind of setup. It's not all clean cut and, you know, straight corners and everything. So even on the outside of this little fortress wall, you get the idea that it's, you know, kind of just a collection of leftover goods and things that these people have collected and fashioned their little home out of. But I like the idea of it because so many of the plots that we come across are very pristine and specific, you know, everything's, you know, just so and almost clinical in how it's put together because it's so straight edged and measured. And this is more of a kind of thrown together. I mean, it's not thrown together. Obviously, they've taken great care to place things the way they want. But that's part of the charm of this place because it's not like these things just come strewn around like it is. The person took the time to make each, and it's I like seeing that kind of a build because, you know, you always have the chairs upright, and sometimes it's funny to see how people will set them to the side or knocked over because, I don't know, it just gives a little bit more character to the build, to the house itself. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be, I hope I don't zigzag around, but this place is kind of, there's paths, but it's kind of like a little bit more, I don't know, free range or something. So I may be kind of zigzagging around in here as I notice I've missed places. But here we have a little picnic area. You've got your little vendor here, and then you can access the tables through the little gate. It's kind of secluded off to itself. And this appears to be like a bot vendor. just selling some, I don't know, black market goods or something. You know, it's kind of like a shady, off to the side kind of deal. Or maybe some questionable exchanges go on. Maybe money isn't used here. They, you know, trade services or trade things that they stole from other people. I don't know. Again, it just looks like little vendor shops where people have, you know, set up their little tents and are providing their services to their fellow refugees. This looks like it's an actual, like, I don't know, food vendor or something, but they're closed down for today. But it's a nice way of simulating that this actually, there's some interior going on. Same way with here, they've got a big door built in onto it. So it's like they're living in these containers, but of course we can't actually go inside them. Somebody had a party here with all them beer cans. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about the PTR. I'm going to be doing some more sneak peeks there as I come across it. I'm currently waiting for my main character and another one to be copied over to the PTR, so then I can get a better idea of how it will affect an existing plot. I've seen some post some pictures of stuff, but it's always, you know, it's one thing to hear someone say it or to kind of see screenshots and video footage of someone else, but it's different if it's your own and you're kind of taking a look, because you can more easily see what's kind of messed up, if anything. So here we have a little campsite. Got the little food bits hanging and lots of laundry lines. Time to have a little camp out. And I don't know if this is supposed to be like a shrine or like a little contest thingy where they test their skills. The stutter just keeps coming back, doesn't it? Let me try a reload again. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Now you can see a little bit better from up here, the area we just walked through, how they've got it set up with different doorways and such to kind of, you know, imply that there's houses and shops and things. This what I presume is some kind of a armor shop or something that's currently closed or whatever. And this kind of reminds me of like a town square kind of thing, but you know, this is like a little kind of a sit-in place. They come and watch the bugs fly into the zapper there, I guess. Another little snack area. And you know, being refugees, you don't always have chairs, so you just have some cushions to sit on and eat by candlelight. Here we have like a little personal deck. They got their own little grilling. Some storage down below. Another little eatery place. It's like, you know, anything they can get. Here's just some 2x4s used for the walkway. And then another little, not much to look at out there because it's so, I don't know, gloomy sky. Kind of depressing. just a bit. And then judging by the curtains, we're going into their little medical ward where they take care of the refugees. You know, because there's always going to be people getting sick or getting hurt. It's a rough place to live. And I guess this is where people come when they're waiting for someone to get released after they're healed up. Just a little balcony here. When you don't have like a variety of things, it's like multiples of the same thing. Like you have just one fence of this and one fence of that and a couple of walls of that and you know this kind of design theme or whatever. A build like this is ideal because you just use what you got. I'm sure they took the care to purchase some of this expressly for this particular thing, but what I'm saying, it lends itself well to those that may not have that luxury of getting 50 or crafting 50 Galera stone walls. If they only have a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you can make it work and build a theme like this. Then lost how the heck I got up here in the first place. I think it was over here. Yeah, there's the stairs. Okay, I'm not lost. Too much. Wow, it's stuttering again. It's getting really bad. I like the handle on this. See what it is? It's one of those silver kegs. I don't think I've actually seen anybody use that as the handle before. That's a good idea. It's little things like that you pick up and think, huh, didn't think of that. And then, you never know, you might end up using, okay, we went in there before. And that's where we came in, so moving right along. So here we have a little garden vendor. Maybe they sell little plants that, produce foods or just decoration. Even the refugees got to have something to brighten up their little spot. And this is a little living area located just below the medical ward. Maybe it's for those that have finished kind of recovering, but they're just kind of, they don't need 24-hour care, but maybe this is where they finish off their final recovery. I don't know. Maybe it's for those that are relatives of the ones above. Could be that. And this dry, barren little fountain kind of goes along nicely with the crispy brown dead grass here. No wonder they can get anything to grow. Clearly this place is not hospitable. I like the variety of all the clothes hanging around. Hey Axel, welcome to the stream. Here we have another vendor and picnic area. More clothes, lots of clothes. It's almost like a maze trying to get through all this stuff. We'll check that out here in a minute. Go around this way. Now, this is the bunker house, but like I said, last I checked, they hadn't actually done anything to it. I'll go ahead and go in and show you, but they have a wall up there. You can kind of peek over the side and you can see that they've added some things in. I don't know if they're making a maze of sorts. Maybe it's a storage facility, you know, an actual bunker house kind of thing in case they have some marauders come and trying to invade and attack or whatever, but there's no way for me to explore it. So even refugees, they have some aircraft. I like how they got the little tank here attached to the ship. A lot of people don't think of little things like that, you know, hooking up the wires to an actual part. Battery again. And I guess this place is kind of like where they're working on the engines. This one's opened up. And I think that's a clever way of doing it. Well, I couldn't say. I've never played EverQuest, so I can only take your word on that, Axel, but I'm sure it's probably reminiscent of a lot of different housing types of systems out there. I like to think this one's pretty robust, considering what all people can do with it. But again, I don't have anything to compare it to really, other than World of Warcraft's garrisons, which are absolutely nothing like WildStar housing. So, but I like how they've used the curved to a wall to make it look like they've got it opened up, a little hatch on it. I like that. Just adds a little extra to it. So this would be like the little mechanic area where he comes and does his stuffs. Gotta have protection. And of course, you know, they were able to fit in some fab kits for actual use. Let me reload the UI again, so quick. Skipping. And a little ship. This way. I think I missed something over here. Yeah, this little bit here. I guess this is supposed to be like a little mech bot. If any of you familiar with any of like the World of Warcraft's little things with the little gnomes that get in there and got their little machines and stuff, this is what this reminds me of. You know, these are his feet, and then you got some like little extensions on the arms, and you hop into the little controller seat up here. The first time I visited this place, I didn't even notice that this was here. And it's possible they built it after I visited the first time, but how cool is that? Got his little jetpack thingies on the back or something. That's just pretty cool. Well, I think I would say I hope it's not. I hope it's less restrictive, because to me it's not too restrictive even now. But then everybody has their opinion as to what they feel is flexible and not. I think we have already a great deal of freedom in how we can use our items and things like that. I mean, there's not too many that probably allow you to just build up whatever you want and make it look like something. I think the closest I've seen myself is maybe the Rift Dimension. They do what they call morphing, object morphing, which is basically what we do with ours. Okay, so a couple more little hidey holes for people to gather, and then you've got this little outside picnic area. Now this is probably the one and only like more structured kind of little spot here on this plot, and I think it's a nice little thing. Pretty simple. I mean, they don't have like actual windows. They're just using the uh, metal divider things as windows, but it works and it looks alive. You know, like it's busy inside because it's all lit up. So in we go. So you start off with a little sitting room, and then it opens up into an actual little bar with a stage. And I love this little drum set that they put together. I've seen many versions of drum sets, but each one looks just as adorable as the next. But I like the choices of decor that they've gone with. Everybody picks something different. Um, you know, one person will use the white plates. This one's opted to use the metal ones, and then using some of the cylinders for the drum parts. And I think that's a Chewa desk or part of it. But how adorable is that? It's adorbs. Oh, up there, I turned on the speakers. For some reason I can't sit on the chair. But yeah, I think that's a nice little combo for a drum set. You know, they could have taken it further and set up some guitars or something else, but drums are good. So here we have a little bar area. I like how they've used the bench not as a bench. I don't know why I like that kind of stuff. It's just, I find it fun when people use things when they're unlike what they're supposed to be. Like here, you've got this, I think it's a body scanner or something, and they're using it as the fridge. I like that. Simple, but you know what it is. Somebody's been a little disruptive in the bar, got some stools knocked over. Shame. Let's see what we got here. Which door? Let's go in this one first. I don't think we're supposed to be back here, but I'm gonna go have a look anyway. Oh, well, I thought it was something really dangerous. Well, I don't know. The toilet, it could be dangerous, depending on who used it last. Wow. Guess it's supposed to be like the dryer, dry your whole body. Of course, I guess it's sized to, you know, kind of lean towards like if there's a big grandaunt that comes in, he would like knock his head on that thing. He'd have to stand way over here. I like the lower sink for us too, though. That's very thoughtful. But that's a really big toilet. I could probably fall in and go down the tube there. Okay, door number 2. What do we got here? Ooh, uh-oh. Okay, this doesn't look very inviting. This looks like a torture chamber slash refrigerator room for the meat. This is bad. Look at all them wicked tools. Yeah, this looks like they come and interrogate somebody. Maybe somebody was naughty and they decided to put him in the chair. Not a good idea. Oh, I guess while I'm at it. Okay, I think there's an upstairs as well. So we'll check it out. Stairs. We find a little relaxation spot. Ooh. Somebody important relaxation spot. And looks like a stripper bar up here. I see some discarded garments. Yeah, it's like a exotic dancing kind of thing. What's back here? Go this way. That's a really big bed. And I like this. This is nice little setup for the girls. Got all the little perfumes, even got little makeup brushes. That's kind of nice. Okay, I think I've got everything for this plot. But yeah, if Huxley decides that they'd like us to come back to check out the inside of the interior of their hatch house once they're done, assuming they're planning on finishing it or currently working on it or whatever, then we'll come back and have a peek. But so that's the Fortress of Refugees. Don't see too many of them. I mean, there's been some bum towns that I've visited, but I think they're far and fewer between than you would expect, considering how the exiles are kind of set up, even if they were kind of like a ragtag bunch of people. So let's see, who's next on our list? Oops, man, I can't type in the right spot at all. Noxidius, ND. We're headed to Fort Knox. Now this one, he was on my maybe list for quite a while, I think, and last week I happened across it again and noticed he had added some interesting bits. I like the portcullis here straight away. I've seen some use the Draken pointy spiky thing that they have. Draken pointy spear, I think is what it's called, or something like that. That makes for a good portcullis, but this is a nice approach as well to it. It's one way to kind of block off the teleporter area. You know, it's always fun to kind of have part of your house hidden, so people are kind of like, it builds up the anticipation of what's behind it. It also lends well to the name, you know, Fort Knox. You expect to have some kind of a gate or some kind of security. You know, not just anybody can walk in, like me. Let's see, which way do we want to go? I went around here last week, like I said, so don't quite remember how to get to everything right off the bat, so we'll just kind of feel our way through. Yeah. Let's see, I'm going to hop over here. One thing I want to point out is this structure here. They built that themselves. This little, I don't know, watchtower kind of thing. Hard to see it all the way up at once. And I don't, if I remember rightly, this little tube thing doesn't go all the way up. I mean, it does, but you can't go walking up it from this direction. I have to go find the other way. But I love that they took the time to build this, all the cross beams and everything, and the different levels and stuff. But like I said, I can't go up it this way. I'm pretty sure I got stuck with that last time. Learned the hard way, so we'll come around again in a bit. So here we have the garden fab kit, and I think that's the meditation spot one there. But here we have, hard to see, my little self doesn't have a good think I'll get a better shot once I'm inside. But it's a little kind of like a double tower thing. Kind of has, it's almost reminiscent of like a guild gathering place, rather than a fort. You know, a fort, I don't know, I kind of figure it more like it's all military-ish kind of thing. But this more reminds me of like a guild spot where they come and do their meetings and stuff. I could be wrong, but that's the feeling if I recall rightly, that's how I got it. Yeah, here we might have a better shot. Got the two towers. And then here, go up this one. Sometimes these are so tall I get dizzy going up the stairs like this. Like a never-ending staircase. Come on, here we go. So it's a nice little storeroom up here, but then if you come out, like I said, it's like a little gathering space. Got a nice view. Again, in the PTR, you can hide these now. So if you don't want that ugly house over there blocking your view of the planet down below, you can get rid of it. And I'm not sure. I guess you'd exercise while you're looking at everything down below. But you can see the tube goes all the way around, and then there's another building up there, and the connections over here. A lot to get to. And it's a little bar thing. So I guess after you do your workout, you come and get your power drink or something. And then up here they practice, you know, they get strong down below and then come up here and show how strong they are. Wow, that's a pretty steep fall there. So there's a good shot of the towers. So, kind of capped off with some Draken statues there. Pretty big structure. And then go back down this way. Follow the path. They did a good job on making this curve around. Not easy with straight pieces. So here we're on their version of a rope bridge, which is a clever way of doing it. I've seen many versions of it. I mean, it's even bowed nicely and everything. Usually folks go for the chewinets and chains and things for the sides. We actually have some rope bridges incoming. I've previewed them on the PTR. They have a regular size one and then a short one. But yeah, this is really nicely done. I like this one. And of course, you get a good shot of all the tubing that's out there, and then of the other building that's over there. Gotta love the music. So here we have another little eating kind of gathering spot. Looks like somebody's been working on putting their bombs and stuff together. What a fast time up here. I'll have a banana and I'll fix my dynamite. and then a little bar. And then we have the top of the tube. So we'll see where it goes. It doesn't look very inviting, does it? Whee! Now, I don't think these are caps, so you could actually jump off of them into the wild blue yonder if you wanted, but I'm going to stay in the tube if I can. And boop, out you come. Yeah, see, if you go up the tube this way, you'll come up to this part right here, and you can't get up that from below. You have to get to it from on the other side. So we'll find our way over there. I can figure out where I'm at. Okay, so that's the tower. And then we had the meditation spot there. Let's see. Got this little addition to the main structure itself. There's another little eatery spot. This one is for the outdoor grilling folks. Wow, it's really stuttering bad. I apologize, but I don't know what causes it. It's just it acts like it gets tired of coming in here. Let's see if I can manage without falling off. I fell a couple of times the last time I was here. Anyone that's watched these streams knows that I'm really bad about jumping stuff and narrow ledges. Kind of for me. Here we have a little structure bit going further and further up into the trees. I don't know why I am surprised so many times to have Dominion players building up in the trees. I don't know, I just figured that was an Orin thing, that would be primarily something they would do. There are a lot of treehouse type of builds even in the Dominion side. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing, I'm just saying for me it just surprised me. Here's another little gathering place. This seems more like a party place. It might be the lights doing it for me. I'm not sure, but that and there's more tables and things. I like just the change of, you know, they didn't keep it flat all the way around. They just kept it angled it there. I don't know. It's little weird stuff like that that I pick up on, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me being weird. Now I'll come back up and we'll go down the tube that way, but I want to show this part here while we're up here. Almost kind of like a living space, but no beds or anything. It's like a little office meeting area kind of thing. Got a little bit of a plushie collection going on. And some more outdoor grilling. Nice little balcony. I mean, even if you don't build something exactly like this, some of these structures give you ideas of additions that you can add onto your house. So I like those kind of things. It's a good view of it too, all above the treetops. So that was the one that had the tube that we went down the first time. Those are the double towers over here. So there's a lot of stuff going on. It's just kind of taking the time to go through it all. Finding it. Okay. So now we'll go down the tube, and I think this will bring us to the rest of it. I like how they give a little warning sign, like, do not enter. It says exit, but like, well, I guess exit at your own risk, right? So here we go. Probably cooler if I was riding on my hoverboard, but I don't want to do that because I'm Might miss something if I go too fast. Here's a good shot of the little lookout. Bean bags, sandbags, rain bags, something like that all built up around them. Maybe he's going to shoot his neighbor. That could be it. But I love how they've taken the time to build this little lookout tower thing. Nice touch. I mean, the tubes and stuff are nifty too, and you know, this, it's already pre-built, kind of like a little tower thing, but I like the custom one. So there you go, we're at the end of that tube. So I think all we have left is the interior of the main home. We'll make a dash for there. Put things down. I like the little touch of green. Got to have like a little garden, indoor garden area. Looks like a waiting hall. You know, you come and you sit, and wait till you're called on, or I don't know what. See, that's why I say it reminds me of a guild hall of some sort. This is a really big dining table here. Bar section, got plenty of grub on the cooking. Kind of a weird place to have your laundry. Some big people live here. All this furniture is way bigger than I am. Nice way to display all your posters. I've seen some, you know, use it like a quilt pattern on their wall sometimes, small. Or they use them as magazines or the covers of the books. That's a really clever idea there. A little bit of a pick-me-up in the music there. So just a little living quarter here, I guess. Where they exercise, watch TV, do a little bit of reading. So I assume upstairs is the bedroom. Yep. That's a really big TV. A little bit more plushy stuff. And there you have it. That is Fort Knox by Noxidius MD. It's a nice little bits of this and that. I don't think there's any like a match between the inside and the outside necessarily, other than this is just somebody's house that happens to have all other stuff built around it. But I still like a lot of the details. Hey Blasto, it's going good. Glad you could join us. So the next house on the list is, man, I can't read my writing. Let's see, I think I spelled it right. Iscariot Severion. Didn't spell it right. Severion. Maybe it's two eyes. Like I said, I can't read my writing here. No, it's not letting me in. That's a disappointment, but we'll get to it. So we'll head on over to Cassia Aurelia. Thank goodness hers worked. Cassia Aurelia. Oops. Okay, this one is called A Royal Cassian Home. I stumbled across this a couple of days ago, and I was really impressed with all of the detail and care that was put into making this home. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did when I first visited. It just so happened that when I did happen across it, Cassie was here, so she was able to give me a bit of a tour. I say she, I go by the character gender. If it's not really a she, I apologize. It's just kind of half the time I'm saying they instead of giving any kind of specific gender, but I happened to see the character online and I saw it was a girl, so I just thought, well, I'll just stick with she. And it's a Cassia, so it sounds like a girl's name. So, but here we have it's like a courtyard or fancy park area, and we're just going to go all the way around before we go inside the home itself. But here's a nice little setup for the hologram projector. I'm not going to click it or anything, but it's a nice way of integrating it into the build here. I really don't know how much of this comes with the little fab kit itself, so I may be impressed for nothing, but I don't see it very often, so there's that. Anyway, Cassie was able to give me a little bit of a personal tour, so hopefully I remember all of the details they mentioned as far as what everything is supposed to be and all of that. This is supposed to be, if I recall right, kind of like a memorial to their travels throughout Nexus. It's set up so that the plant little boxes that you see here are organized by zone. So each one is characteristic plants and trees and things that you would find in a particular zone. And I thought it was a nice way of kind of documenting where they've been. You know, someone that's just starting out may not, you know, they might have it set up and then wait purposefully to fill it in until they've actually cleared that zone. That would be a fun way of kind of getting an interactive kind of a house. Yes, Blasto. If, for example, say you want to place down these 4 benches, you actually have to own 4 benches. You can place them, you can either purchase them from the housing vendor, 4 pieces, and have them put into your crate, and then place them from your crate, or you can place them directly from the vendor and just say preview and then place to purchase it. But yeah, there's not a kind of a cloning kind of thing. There is an add-on, Katya's add-on, that clones, but what it does is, say you have 6 items, or say these 4 benches in your inventory in your crate. If you put one out and then you clone it, it will take one of those remaining 3 and put it out for you. If you run out and say you've used all 4 and you want to clone a 5th one, if it's something purchasable from the vendor, it will buy it for you, where you don't have to keep opening up the vendor. But in theory, it's still, you're having to have 5 of that item any way you go about it. There's no copy paste kind of thing where you just, it's not like you get freebie building blocks or anything. If you buy one wooden 2x4, it's not like you can just go and copy it 1,000 times and it not cost you anything. You have to purchase each and every one of them. So yeah, it can be pretty daunting for someone that has a particular build in mind and they know they're going to have to use a good many of the same item. It can be kind of intimidating, I guess. I hope that answers your question though. But I love the roofing, how they use the same item that the other player used for windows along the outer bottom wall. They've used it for the roof. Just kind of brightens it up. And of course, the stained glass windows are open. But again, you know, these little groupings are per zone. This is obviously far side. And then you got the little strain section. I thought it was a nice way of kind of handling it, rather than just kind of mushing everything together or mixing, matching, you know, what you think might look good, or doing it by color or something like that, which I have seen folks do. And it's not that it's bad, but it's nice to see it kind of purposefully packed together like this. And of course, the plot being a real Cassian plot really pulls through on the Dominion theme as far as decorations and everything. I like this little like monument thing. We've got it even on a little rod here. I think that's a cute little touch. Exactly what you would expect to find in a kind of a courtyard or park. Some kind of little memorial bits. Oops, what did I walk over there? Oh, I walked right over the little description. It's like, you know, you come across monuments and have these little plaques that describe, and that's what these are here. I'm gonna reload my UI again. Hopefully get that stutter to kind of calm down. Super annoying. I like how everything's nice and clean. You expect that in a kind of like an estate like this. You know, the grass is nice and trimmed. Don't have like a lot of big weeds coming up. You know, there's bushes and stuff, but not like tall, grassy. So here we have a very cute little gazebo area. And Cassia said that it was probably one of the most difficult pieces to build. I don't know if it was the roof and how it's kind of slanted and how they put it together. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like every other piece is kind of a little lower and inward, and then every other piece is more up. But I love the way they've put it together. It really turned out nice. It was worth their blood, sweat, and tears, I guess. But they got like the little railing all around. Just a quaint little eating area inside. Of course, all the lovely lights and the flooring just looks cute and just a really nice construction, topped with a little bowl. And then here is where I guess you do your little party area. They've got the tiki bar, and I like how they didn't just stick the bar directly on the patio here. They actually added in these extra little bits to raise it. Just a nice little touch. Wasn't required, you don't have to, but they did, and I just think it's a really nice effect. Nice little extra details like that. This looks a little bit more classy than some of the party areas we've seen before. And again, they mirrored that from here to here. And this one is for the stage. And see, I told you, a lot of drum sets. And how adorable is this one? I mean, the other one was adorable too, but I mean, look at this one. So cute. And again, they used plates, but a different one from the one before. Well, that one's the same as one of them. But I like the use of the feeding troughs as the drum barrels. It's really adorbs. I can't help it. I love these little makeshift things. It's a nice little spot. off we go on the path. Now I could wander around out in here too, but I don't think really necessary. I think I'm supposed to go up here. Really nice use of the exonite. So here we have another little monument with its plaque, descriptive plaque. Little seating area. Now I'll get a better shot of the water effects that they've incorporated into their build. Kind of hard to see from above. But I like how they restrained from filling this completely in with plants and everything. They've left it nice little gaps. It just makes it look cleaner. So here we have some waterfall effects. Now, I'm sure they'll be delighted about the new waterfall decor that we have, but I still love how people have found ways to simulate those kind of effects with what we already have. So here you have, I'm not quite sure what items they're using here. It looks like some kind of a tank. I don't think it's just the glass. Just because of the shininess of it, it doesn't look like the glass. It looks like some kind of, I don't know, looks like one of the hover tanks or something, but not the moving one. But they've added in the blue flares to give it like an effect, like there's water coming down. I mean, how awesome is that? And built it right around this pre-made fab kit, just to kind of give it a little different. You got the double waterfalls on either side. Isn't that clever? I think it is clever. I love stuff like that. I don't know if I can get back on the path there. And you can see that they repeated it over here to have the water streaming down on either side of the glass here. I love the stairway even. Nicely done. Let me get a shot here. And then use the blue lounge light table for the water effect up here. It's possible they could have used the same thing for the sides here, but maybe they opted not to. Maybe it didn't enlarge big enough, or there was too many metal bits to hide and it would poke through here where they didn't want. There's a lot of things that might have been a factor there. But how awesome is that? It's just very nicely done. I mean, for someone that's looking to do some kind of water effects now, before we get all of the running river and waterfalls and stuff, these are some prime examples of how you can achieve it even without the actual effects coming for you. So let's see if I hit everything yet. I think we can go out here. I could just jump over, but I'm trying to be polite and follow the path that you're supposed to take. I like how this looks like it might be a door into an Elden facility. And then like, I don't know, military set up here just for some security for the estate. And keep in mind, we've only just been on the exterior. We still got the interior to do. And of course, there's the little bridge across the meditation spot if you actually want to go out on it, rather than jumping across the water like I did earlier. I'm so rude. Okay, so I think that's all on the exterior. We'll kind of make our way over. Let me do the reload UI again. Man, that's really annoying. If I knew if it was a setting of mine, I would fix it, but I don't notice it except in housing, so I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the housing itself. Being mean and cantankerous and all of that. So here is, wow, what did I do? Okay. Oh, crud. There we go. Nope. Well, for crying out loud. Oh. Got my chat going, so it's not registering that I'm trying to walk instead of run. Here's a really nifty little bike that they built. Got some moving parts on it even. Unfortunately, you can't actually ride it, but how awesome is this thing? I mean, who wouldn't want to ride a bike like that? I mean, it's just cool. Again, moving parts really plays into the whole vroom vroom. I couldn't possibly name all of the pieces that are on here, so I'm not even going to try, other than I know the tire and the chewa cushion, the cushion pillow thingy, and I want to say that's the Dominion banner thing, but without the little flag part. Emblem maybe, might be it. Then you have a nice little offering table here, I guess. Kind of looks a little witchified because they got like their little spell book here and things. I don't know. Kind of creepy, but kind of not. And then, of course, a royal casting home would not be complete without their royal casting bar. How slick is this? Again, the tires, I think that's a Dominion generator for the moving front there. Just a piece of glass for the windshield. It's the bottom side of a Dominion leather sofa there. How awesome is that? It looks perfect for like a, you know, convertible kind of thing going on there. A great metal grate shelf for the grill up front. Simple, but you know, not everybody would think about combining these particular items to make this. But how awesome is that? This is like, wow. I love it. Love it. And I like how they've added the bottom side of the medical cot hovering to give that bluish, watery effect to it. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much a non-watery fountain here. But they've added in the effect to kind of make it look like it has water in it. It's really nice. That's the stuff we love. That's the stuff we look for. Okay, so the interior. Wow, so much stuff to look at, to admire. I hope I catch it all. So here we have, I don't know if it's desk center, security station, or something. You know, you got these little built-in safe here, all kinds of weird little controls, and then you got this awesome little fireplace. using obsidian stones, little fence piece here for the grading, and some Cassian floors at the top and the side. Nice little bar area, fully stocked. Every single one of these items they had to put on the shelves. I think some that really don't get into housing don't realize a lot of this stuff is personally put in. Other things they're like, oh, it's so fantastic, and they're looking at a pre-made fab kit kind of thing, and we're thinking, no, 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 don't cheer on that. This is the stuff you want to cheer at because they actually took the time to line up all of these goblets and bottles and things. Because a lot of people, they don't bother, they just leave them empty. I love these armoires or whatever they are. We don't currently have access to them on Exile side, so I am green with envy. I love the way they've followed through on the Cassian theme, just keeping with the gold and the red, and it's all Dominion-y. They got a really good thing going on with the arches and the pillars. Very grand and regal looking. Which, that's the point. It's supposed to be royal, so. I love how they used the walls here as the stairs. So it gives it that plush carpet feel. Here's a lovely aquarium scene. Lots of little bits. Treasure chest, a skull, little turtle things swimming around. Very lovely. And here again, while probably these bookcases all come pre-stocked, the books that are out here aren't. I mean, they come in little short stacks, but they had to stack up several of them to get this nifty little stack of books. Just little things like that, I don't know. I ooh and ah over it because I think it's cool. I mean, yeah, the table and the book and the chairs all comes as is, but then they make this little nifty little container with the stones. Or maybe it's... I'm surprised they didn't put this in there because that looks dangerous, where that doesn't look so intimidating with the... That one looks like it could explode. But lovely railing. Some 2x4s. Does a great job making everything look nice and neat. And even though they're using different materials, here they got the Exile wood floors, and then here they switch it to the decking stairs, and then it's the red carpet. It all works together because they keep it uniform on either side. So here you got your wall of trophies. I don't know if there's anything inside that. No, but they could put something inside there. And again, they've stocked these shelves themselves. All the books, even that, it looks like a, collection of dictionaries or Encyclopedia Britannica or something. Little odd and end bottles. I love it. It's all those little details that really give a home its own personality. It differs from someone else's that might be using the same things. There's the holographic Exile bus. Something I've never seen on Exile side. I think it's because I don't regularly abuse myself in the housing challenges. I think this is where it comes from. That's something else in the PTR. Apparently now on the Renown vendor that's on your housing plot, you can buy all of those for Renown. So if you've been having trouble getting that Vend plushie from the Shardspire Canyon challenge, never fear, you will be able to get your hands on one now. I like some of the things they've decided to shrink down, like the little stuffed Malvarine. Ah, they put some stuff in here, some precious pottery. And a sword. I love the TV here. You don't see too many TVs looking like this. It almost looks old-fashioned. I think it's because of the round screen. I'm not sure. But it looks almost like, you know, you'd see a black and white TV show pop up. Probably just me showing my age. What is that? Oh, it's a pile of sacks. The shelving's a good place to put little things that maybe you don't have a particular reason to put them out, but you want to show that you have collected them. That's a good spot. Same way with little treasure chests and stuff. Those are great. Treasure collections or whatever. It's a great place to put little odd and ends that you're not sure. You can't fit them into your theme per se, but you can kind of shrink them down and use them as a little. Gonna do reload UI one more time. Oops. And then we come to an always favorite area of a home of mine, the kitchen. And look how much is going on in this one little space. It's the last space, but it's probably one of the best spaces. And there's a lot of stuff going on. You got the wine rack, which is basically just 2x4s, carefully placed. You've got all your cabinetry here. It looks like the bottoms of glasses that are being used for the handles. How simple but effective is that? That's just awesome. Everything's so awesome today, but it's true. It just looks great. They've put some glass panels here to kind of keep the dishes in tow here, but then you got your, I guess this is kind of like, it's not the wine rack because that's here. I guess it's more like the spices, the seasonings, maybe like hot sauce and barbecue sauce or something like that. I don't know. Then they got the fruit bowl, and of course, we've got an open cabinet here, which is a nice touch. I might have added an extra wall here just to hide the sink, but not a big thing, not a big deal. Some food in there, pumpkin and wheat and everything. And then of course a little side area here. But then you think, oh, that's it, and it's like, no, here's your fridge. How cool. Just a combination of the is it the Dominion door with another one of those bookshelves. And you know, keep using those pieces. Just helps to tie in this area with the rest of the house. It's really nice. And of course, to use the medical cot hovering again for that bluish effect to give it, you know, like it's chilled area. It's a nice way of doing it. Just some simple ideas, but you know, it's a lot of those little things that really make a house pop, make it unique and special, and this is definitely one of those places. So yeah, that's Cassia Aurelia's Royal Cassian Home. I'll try again to see if Iscariot's is available now, but usually if a place goes where it says that I can't access it, that player doesn't exist, it means that it's just been bugged and it'll probably fix itself another day. So I'll have to check that again some other time and hope that we can visit it on another day. I did have another one that I kind of wanted to visit, but it's just the skeleton of the house at the moment. So I promised them that I wouldn't go until they were actually done with the place. So we'll have to wait a couple more weeks on that. But last I checked, they were busily decorating. So fingers crossed it's soon. Again, a reminder that the PTR has been opened for our next drop. So we're getting some sneak previews of some of the content. And in some respects, folks are looking forward to all of the changes that are coming. You know, we're getting bigger, the plot that you can build on is bigger. We're going to have opportunity to increase our decor limits, do purchases from the cash shop. A lot of new decor pieces coming out, like waterfalls and snow-covered items and things like that. But there's also a lot of people that are pretty unhappy with the changes, especially the land size that we've been given, because it kind of messes up their current builds. So like if picture it, basically you have say you've got a square of land, and basically what they're doing is they're increasing that square of land. So you have the existing right in the middle of the new area. And that's good and bad, because, you know, if you've built around your landing pad with a special contained area, or you've walled off your whole area to kind of make it feel a little bit more secluded and cramped and like it's an interior of a spaceship or a space station or something, that effect kind of goes away, because when you have your house put into the new thing, it's like there's all this space around, and the new teleport area is a good distance away from where it originally was. So you're going to have to rearrange a lot of the edges of your plot if you're going to decide to keep what you have. From what I hear, everything comes in intact as you've got it. It's just there's going to be some finagling that you're going to have to do to kind of blend it in. I don't know if they've added a new area to kind of help with those that plan to combine their plot with other people for the little neighborhood thing going on. I'm not even sure if that's in the PTR yet. I didn't actually check that when I was in this morning. Mostly I was just previewing a lot of the new decor items off the vendor and stuff. If I get a chance, I will check that out and see if I can find out. And of course, if we do any more PTR snooping around, I will probably be streaming that as well. Kind of let you guys go along with me in discovering some of the bits. But I think that's all for today. It was unfortunate that I couldn't get the one house to open up like it was supposed to. It was working yesterday, I swear, but it's just one of those things that sometimes it works for you and sometimes it doesn't. You just kind of have to go with the flow. Usually I have extra houses to go in place of the ones that might not work, but Dominion side's a little tougher on trying to find homes that are really tour ready, and so the pickings are kind of slimmer on this side, so I didn't have any backups this week. So hopefully the next time we visit the Dominion, which will be not next week but the week after, hopefully some of these will be open again. I have a new selection of stuff that we can look at. I hope you enjoyed the tours today. I think we saw a lot of nifty building ideas, and I hope it inspires you in your builds. Even though there may be the idea that uh, uh, some folks feel like with the changes that are coming that we're already starting to see on the PTR and how they're going to affect existing builds, a lot of them have already kind of said, well, there's no point in building anymore. I disagree with that. I feel like um, this is a good time to do some experimenting, practicing. If you're one of those people that really get attached to whatever you build, yeah, maybe it's going to be a little tougher on you. But if you're one that wants to kind of play around with some ideas, if you know that you're going to be getting some expanded space, then you can already be kind of, thinking about, well, what could I add to my existing home to kind of expand it naturally. If you have a town, well, then that means you're going to have more streets and things that you can add into it. So what kind of buildings might you want to include? For me, I tend to not mind clearing my plot anyway. In fact, I was already planning on doing that soon, just to start something new. But if you're hesitant to get started on something because you feel like it may be destroyed or messed up, then just do some small projects. Just keep yourself kind of in practice, I guess. Don't give up on housing completely because of any worries you may have of things coming in the future. I mean, it's still several months off from the way I understand. I don't think it's going to be anything immediate. So, and of course, if you have the opportunity, check it out on the PTR, see for yourself how things are working, how it will look, how it will affect your own, copy your current character over to the PTR to have a look. That's what I'm doing later, so I can get a first-hand look at how it's going to affect my plot and what I might can do to fix it in the future, if it's still even there, which probably it won't be, but that's beside the point. But if you feel it's really something detrimental to everyone overall, this is the time to give your feedback. Because whatever's on the PTR right now, there's always the possibility that it can change. And a lot of that change is affected or instigated by the feedback that they get from us. So if you're adamant about something, either pro or con, now's the time to voice it, because that's the whole point of these kind of test realms and stuff. It's to kind of get an idea of how people are going to react. Is it going to work like they intend it to? That kind of thing. So if you're pretty passionate about housing and have access to the PTR, I encourage you to take the time to download it, get in there, have a look, and submit your feedback. If you come across a bug or what you think might be a bug, submit those reports in-game, but definitely go to the forums, the official forums. They have a special section for feedback on this particular test thing. I think they're calling it the stability test. So, get in there and hold off on judging it. Just kind of take it for what it is. And if something doesn't work quite right, or you think it could be done better, or there are certain things that you just feel strongly about, either for or against it, get in there and give them your opinion about it. That's what the forums are for. Keep it civil. There's no need to be nasty about it, but if it's constructive, if you can actually give them some suggestions of how you would handle it, if it was something you could control, then the better. Because that kind of feedback is always received much better than just complete, this sucks. That doesn't help anything. Give them some ideas of what you think would actually work instead of whatever they've given us. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today. I thank you again for stopping by, watching, whether it's live or recorded or whatever. I appreciate it. I hope these videos encourage you to get involved in housing if you haven't been, or if you have and you've kind of gotten away from it. I hope it brings you back, because I really feel the housing system is a fantastic creative outlet for so many reasons, and the potential is almost limitless as to what you can produce in here. And that's part of the draw for me. My guild is uh, a big pull for me as well, but I think if I didn't have the housing, uh, the raiding and the dungeoning and stuff isn't as big of an entertainment value for me as the housing is. That's like my thing. So if I didn't have that, if I didn't have the opportunity to kind of just play around with things in different ways, that I probably wouldn't be here very much at all, if at all. So anyway, tomorrow we'll probably head back to my alts plot to work on the CBDC. I still need to get myself an idea of what kind of thing I'm going to build. The theme this month is swimming pool, so I'll have to get some time in on that as far as figuring out what the heck I'm going to build, but hopefully I can put something together. I still got a couple weeks, I think, to work on it. And again, we were working on the bingo hall, but I think it's pretty much done. So either I'm going to just concentrate on the CBDC for now, or I may consider going ahead and creating everything on my mains plot and just kind of playing around on that for a while. I don't know my plans just yet. I've got a lot of things that I'm doing on the side for guild events and stuff that I've been working on, so I've been kind of distracted, shamefully. And of course the PTR coming up, I've been kind of spending a lot of time on there today, goofing around, checking out what's changing, what's not, and all the new stuff, and just kind of drooling over that. So but yeah, for the next week or so, we'll probably be bouncing between the PTR and my alt plot, goofing around on it. So hopefully you're welcome to join in on those as well. I stream every day through the week, usually in the mornings, and then of course Wednesdays we do these house tours. So next week will be Exile side. I've already got a couple in mind I'll be adding to the list. There's never a shortage for exile homes to visit, it seems anyway. But until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.